Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville, and yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1-2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen,
Yeah.
all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
doing
champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon or evening, everyone, and welcome to the District 7 Sports Complex here in Edwardsville, the site of this year's Class 3A Edwardsville Regional Soccer Playoffs. My name is Todd Duke, and glad that you're with us here tonight as we get you set for regional semifinal number 2 of the night. That features your Collinsville K-Hawks against the Blue Devils from Quincy. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome in to the pregame show, brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville is where they are located, just a little bit to the south of Kahok Stadium there. You can call them for carryout orders. They got great food. Call it in. They'll cook it up. You pick it up, take it home. Good. 618-855-9007. That's LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Well, the winner of this contest between Collinsville and Quincy will be taking on the Edwardsville Tigers. They just completed a 3-0 win over Alton here in semifinal number 1. Evan Moore with a couple of goals in the first half, and Troy Chenault scored the only goal in the second half for the 3-0 final. So It'll be Collinsville or Quincy here Saturday afternoon to take on the host Edwardsville Tigers. Collinsville comes into this contest at 11-6-1 on the year. They are 8-2 in the Southwestern Conference and finished as Southwestern Conference champions under their 7th-year head coach Rob Lugge, who now has a record of 113 wins, 41 losses, and 6 ties. Quincy, they come in at 8-11-1. They finished 6-1 in the Western Big Six Conference, and that was good enough for second place behind the perfect conference record of Moline at 7-0. Ron Bridle is the Quincy head coach, and he is in his 6th year and has a record of 48 wins, 59 losses, and 9 ties. Kahawks finished the 2023 regular season by winning their final 5 matches in a row. The last loss for Collinsville was on senior night at Kahok Stadium against Waterloo in a 2-1 contest. And they're coming off of a 3-0 win at Granite City in the Paz Cup just last week. Kahawks only lost 2 straight matches once this year, a 3-2 loss at O'Fallon on September 5th and a 2-0 loss at Webster Groves 6 days later. Besides the 5-game win streak to end the regular season, Collinsville won 3 straight from September 12th to the 19th, with all 3 coming against Southwestern Conference team, with a home win versus Alton and 2 road wins at Belleville East and Edwardsville. The only tie on the season was a 1-1 draw at CBC right after that 3-game win streak. The Blue Devils come into this 3A regionals after a strange season that saw Quincy with a losing record in the regular season at 8-11-1, but a dominating record in the Western Big Six Conference with that 6-1 record, and that lone loss came at home for Quincy to Moline, who finished 7-0, as I mentioned, to capture the conference crown. Quincy lost their first 2 matches of the year before picking up a win and won 2 of their next 3 before bogging down in a 4-match losing streak, with one of those a 3-1 loss to O'Fallon. Quincy went 2-3-1 after that 4-match losing streak, including a 1-0 loss to Belleville West. The last day of September through the first 10 days of October saw the Blue Devils rattle off 4-match win streak before losing their final game of the regular season 5-1 at Springfield. Chris Keller is in the booth with us tonight. He has on the other microphone. He'll be manning the camera tonight. Chris Keller, always a fun time when you're talking playoff soccer.
Yeah, definitely. There's always some great games throughout the years here in the Metro East, especially here at Collinsville. And I think this team is coming along here at the right time, getting the conference championship, getting ready for playoff action, as opposed to last year when they were kind of reeling late in the season there and then got bounced out. But the hopes are big. 2 years ago this team made the super sectional and actually was in cruise control for that game too before it kind of blew up in their face. And then last year, like I said, they were reeling a bit coming into the playoffs, but now the hopes are high, and this will be the first step here today.
That it will. That's Chris Keller. My name is Todd Duke. I had a chance to catch up with both head coaches, Rob Lugge and Ron Bridle, just a little while ago, and my conversation with the Quincy Blue Devils head coach, Ron Bridle, that will be coming your way next after a timeout here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network at Edwardsville tonight. Class 3A regional semifinal in boys soccer between Collinsville and Quincy. And joining us now is the Quincy Blue Devils head coach, Ron Bridle, in his 6th year as the head coach at Quincy. Before we get to the matters at hand, Coach, I was doing my homework and ran across an article of you getting inducted into the Quincy Hall of Fame, man. And they mentioned some stuff there that I just had to shake my head at. 17 shutouts in one season.
Yeah, we had a pretty solid defense in front of us, so I was very blessed for my 3 years that I was a varsity starter, and give a lot of credit to those guys. So I was very, very, very lucky to have the guys that did in front of me.
Tell me what that induction means to you.
It meant a lot. My family was able to be there. I've got a young son, young daughter who are both, future Blue Devil soccer players. My son next year as a freshman will be there. So it means the world to be able to have him and my family and my parents to be able to see it happen.
Tell me a little bit about your season this year, man. You went 8-11-1, and 8 wins is kind of weird when you put in perspective that 6 of them were in your conference.
Yeah, we play a really tough schedule. We've got O'Fallon on our schedule this year, and Rockbridge, Ladue, and Lindbergh out of St. Louis. So for us to play a non-conference schedule like we do is the kind of schedule we play to prepare us for games like today.
The only loss you had in the conference was to the eventual champions, Moline, man. So looking back on that, what is your thoughts on that one loss?
It's a tough one with Moline. They're usually one of the favorites to win the conference along with us, so we knew it was going to be a battle, and we knew that oftentimes conference championships aren't decided on last game of the season. So we knew that it was a tough one, and kudos to them because they got the #1 seed in their sectional north of us, so we hope to face them again this season.
All right, tell us a little bit about the makeup of your 2023 Blue Devils.
We're a mix of experience and some newcomers. When we look at our season, we got off to a rocky rocky start, but what we've been able to do of late is build some momentum, and we've been able to get some pieces into the right places. And I think that over the last 7 games, we've gone 5-2 and scored more goals and given up viewers. So it's kind of momentum that we look forward to building into the postseason.
All right, so I'm taking it at this point you've had a chance to watch some film on the Collinsville Kahawks. What's your biggest worry about facing the Kahawks?
They're a talented team, and that's what we expect out of the Metro East and St. Louis schools, and very talented. They look like they're disciplined and organized, so we know what our defensive assignments are going to be, and we know how we plan to attack and score, and we look forward to a good match.
What's the key to the game for Quincy?
We got to score goals, and that's been one of our challenges early on in the season, and moving around some pieces of late has been something that's allowed us to do that. And I think that for us, scoring goals is going to be the key to success.
Thanks for the visit, Coach Bridle, and good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you very much for having us.
Ron Bridle, your Quincy Blue Devils head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk things over with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge, and we'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. It is playoff time, and the first sport to make it into postseason play, of course, is boys soccer, and we're at Edwardsville tonight as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Quincy Blue Devils in regional semifinal Class 3A action. Joining us now is Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. Before we get to the task at hand, let's go back to the Granite City game, man. That was a lot of fun, and the turnout was tremendous for the Alex Paz Cup.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great cause. it was nice to see both communities get behind, Alex, who's a great guy who does a lot for everybody. So, it was a great night.
How cool was that jersey that he was wearing, man? He represented both very well, didn't he?
That was pretty neat. I want to know how they make that. They get both colors put together like that.
I would ask for one, but I don't need one. All right, so the game itself, you guys ended up winning. That was kind of strange, man. There were some strange goals in that game, and usually at the end of goals, you see celebrations, and I sometimes had to question whether a goal was scored or not because of the lack of celebrations.
I agree with you. I think the boys did as well. Juan, it was Ty's first goal. I don't even know if he knew he scored. Juan Carlos, I don't even know what was going through his head after he scored. And then after Trey got his goal, at least he, celebrated a little bit. Yeah, it was, just getting goals is a good thing. So they can celebrate, they can not celebrate as long as we get goals.
All right, did we come out of that game healthy? I know Adam was used sparingly. A lot of your starters were used sparingly and came out of there a little bit early in the second half. So how's the health coming into the playoffs?
About as good as you can expect after, what are we, 20 games in? And with our schedule, we play a lot of good teams, take a lot of big hits, so we are about as healthy as you're going to be going into the playoffs. Hopefully it lasts.
I had Adam on during the halftime show of the football game on Friday night, talked to him about that hamstring a little bit. How far along would you say it is?
I would say I'm going to go with 85%. It's a rough estimate. Last week he told me it was about 75, so I'm just hoping we've improved.
All right, talk to me about this year. You guys finished up 11-6-1. You won the conference crown at 8-2. Give me your thoughts on the 2023 season.
It was kind of an up and down year, First game, not so good. First couple weeks weren't ideal. I think all of us in the program had high expectations going into this year, and the first couple games didn't work out very well. But, we turned some things around. We made some changes, and then we started to win games. Hey, when you think about our schedule, you look at our schedule, you're not going to win every game. And I think it took everybody just to kind of re-examine what our expectations were. Like, you're not going to go undefeated when you play the teams that we play. It's, do we make improvements throughout the year? And I feel like we have made improvements throughout the year, putting us in a good position for the playoffs.
Hey, you guys come in on a 5-game winning streak, so you're heading in the right direction at the right time.
That is the hope. Hopefully we can keep it going. We've been able to put a couple goals in each game lately. Our defense is playing much better. So if we can continue to do that, I feel like we're in a good place.
All right, so I know you guys have had a chance to watch some film on Quincy. What is the takeaway? What worries you about the Blue Devils?
Quincy's well coached. They're athletic, and they're nonstop. Like, when I think about last year's game, they never stopped working. Which always puts a team in position to win. So, for us, we just need to play simple, which is kind of how we've played the last couple games. Let the ball do the work. Don't get stuck holding on to it, and don't take hits.
All right, what do you want to see out of your guys tonight?
That right there. Just playing simple, moving the ball, and allowing your teammates to do their jobs. If we can do that, I feel like we'll be okay.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw starters for both teams your way, and we'll throw some stats at you, too. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. And once again, welcome back to the District 7 Sports Complex here at Edwardsville, right across the street from the high school, actually. Todd Duke is my name. Chris Keller is on the other microphone, manning the camera with us tonight. Brett Bourne, we've given him the rest of the year off. He's going to enjoy watching his son play as a father instead of as a color commentator, and can't say as we blame him for that, but we'll catch up with him again at some point, especially in March once the girls fire up their season. Then he has to start all over again. So we will see. Chris Keller, you got to listen to both the coaches talk. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, thanks for Brett Bourne for doing all the games with you over the years here, with his son being a senior this year. So, yeah, we'll see him back in the spring. But, yeah, some good review of both teams' season. Quincy coach talked about the tough schedule they play and that they don't quite get as challenged in their conference. Just one good team up there in Moline went undefeated, and so they had to play some St. Louis teams and some Metro East teams to fill out their schedule, and they didn't get many wins out of that, but they'll be battle-tested team here for the Kahawks. And like our coaches thought that, you know, the beginning of the season didn't go so well, but it's built towards this playoffs here, and that's what we want to get to, and hopefully the team is healthy and ready to go here tonight.
Last year in the regionals, Collinsville beat Quincy 3-1 in the regional semifinal before they lost to Edwardsville by a score of 2-0. And if things work out the way we want them to work out, it's going to be a rematch of last year's regional championship game.
Yeah, and with Adam out hurt that game last year, just didn't go the Kahawks' way. So it's battle for some revenge. Last time the Kahawks were here, they took on Edwardsville and beat them pretty handily there. It ended up being 4-1, and Edwardsville only got that one goal real late in the game.
Yeah. Last regional championship for Collinsville, as we were talking about 2 years ago, 2021, beat Edwardsville 2-0 in the regional championship game after downing Alton 4-0 in that regional semifinal. Then had to take on O'Fallon, beat them 2-0 in the sectional semifinal. Then won a sectional championship over the team that we just talked about in Moline before we ended up losing that super sectional to Lockport 3-2. So Collinsville's hungry.
Yeah, and if some of these seniors that were out there for that game still got to haunt them because Kahawks were up 2-0, and Adam had a shot at a PK that would have put them up 3-0, and Lockport tied the game late and won in overtime.
Yeah. All right, here are your starters. Will we begin with Quincy? Lucas Shepard is going to be the goalkeeper. I have stats for the guys playing offense and defense, but I have no goalkeeper stats for Quincy, so apologize for that. In front of Mr. Shepard, you will find Trace Routh, a sophomore, Evan Sohn, a senior, Josh Tupovsky, a senior, Nolan Dede, a senior, Andrew Brown, a junior. Another senior is Huston Vanderlei. Baruch Rosen is a senior. Adrian Summers, a junior. Asher Otten is a senior, and Justin Dreyer is a junior. Braden Hinson gets the start between the pipes tonight for Collinsville. He is a sophomore. And in front of Mr. Hinson, you will find the usual suspects. Dane Compton and Trey Peterson, along with Adam Reiniger, all seniors, as is Landon Mahat. Ty Starko, who scored his first goal of the year in the Granite City game to end the season. He is a sophomore. Sam Garofalo, a senior. Chris Munoz, a junior. TJ Carter, also a sophomore. Braden Borm, the aforementioned Mr. Braden Borm, a senior. And Joey Morales is a junior, and that rounds out your starting 11 for your Collinsville Kahawks. Coached by Rob Lugie, Ron Bridle on the other end. And Ron Bridle and company looking for their first regional championship under the Bridle administration, if you will. The last regional championship for Quincy was the final year of the 22 years that Matt Longo was the head coach. Matt Longo is on the staff as an assistant coach now for Quincy. That was back in 2016. They won their last regional championship. Quincy beat Belleville East 4-1 in regional semifinal action, then beat O'Fallon 2-0 in the regional championship game before they lost to your Collinsville Kahawks 3-0 in the sectional semifinal at Peoria Notre Dame. And I remember going up there for that sectional final, Chris. You and I were up there, and that was a whale of a game too.
Yeah, we actually played, it was Peoria Notre Dame sectional. We actually played Quincy at Belleville West. Quincy was none too happy about that site. But then we went to Peoria Notre Dame and lost to those guys in PKs.
Yeah, that was a rough PK battle too, man. I remember that game. It was cold, windy, and a very tight, hard-fought contest that Peoria Notre Dame ended up winning in overtime. We are underway. Collinsville out here in the the all-purple jerseys. Got a little light purple going on the sleeves of their jerseys, and Quincy out there in the all-white uniforms. They have blue numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. Collinsville with the white numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. And Quincy right now in control of the ball at midfield, all the way over on the other side of the field. And coming up with it is Baruch Rosen. Rosen sends it out to midfield, and then it comes over this way for Evan Sohn. Sohn skips it right past the referee out there in the middle of the field as Quincy looking for a little early offense here. And if you're Quincy, Chris Keller, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to score an early goal against Collinsville.
Yeah, and that's happened to Collinsville a lot throughout the year, maybe more in the first half of the season. But as late as that Waterloo game, just gave them some early goals and fell behind, and that cost them a couple of conference games. Didn't end up costing them the conference championship, but the Kahawks have been known to give up some early goals this season.
That they have, and they have also given up some late goals in halves, especially in the first half. They've given up a late goal in the last couple of minutes of a couple of halves this year, but they seem to have broken that habit as the season has gone on. That one goes over the end line, so a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. And they begin to break out all the way over on the far side. Shot up right through the middle of the field, and they'll send it back to the defense once again, and that is Dane Compton over there who sends the ball up, but that's intercepted by Quincy right in front of their bench. Quincy has the bench to the right. Collinsville has the bench to the left, and ball goes out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in, and I believe Joey Morales is over there taking care of that throw-in. We're a long ways away from that far sideline. Kind of hard to see numbers, especially if they are facing me. And once they turn around, I don't have really a problem picking them up, but when they're facing me with their chest towards the broadcast booth, those numbers on the front, they're a little small. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson over on the left wing trying to spring Landon Mahat, who was coming up the middle. And that pass was intercepted by Quincy, and now the Blue Devils trying to bring it up. Here is Son. Son will send it on down the line, and that is going to be a whistle. And I believe that it might have went out of bounds across the yellow line before Son got a hold of it. I hear some folks downstairs saying it never went out, but they're going to go challenge that idea, and Collinsville is going to have a throw-in from just underneath our location here. Throw-in comes from TJ Carter off of the head of Munoz. Carter gets it right back, and then he can't contain it, so now Quincy will get the ball back, and here is Sohn with a throw-in off of the head of Routh. Routh coming up this left side, being flanked by TJ Carter the whole way, and Carter trying to force the issue out of bounds. That ball looked like it might have went across the line, and now we get a whistle. think, did it go out of bounds or did he call a foul over here?
I think it's going to be a Quincy throw in here deep.
Yep, this throw in going to be coming from Houston Vanderlei. Wasn't that a big thing on Seinfeld? The Vanderlei Industries?
Yeah, Art Vanderlei.
Art Vanderlei. Collinsville trying to get it out of trouble. They do so. All the way back out to midfield. Here is Nodalin Dede. And he brings it up, looking for a little room in which to move, and he just misfired on a pass. That was intended for Evan Sohn, and it goes out of bounds. So another throw-in coming up here for TJ Carter. Carter throwing the ball in right in front of the Collinsville Athletic Department administrative staff. Athletic Director Clay Smith down there, along with Assistant Athletic Director Eric Anderson. There is Quincy. Quincy trying to punch the ball up, and they can't. Comes loose. Collinsville's going to come away with it. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson trying to turn the corner on the right wing, puts one in front of the goal. Oh, Sam Garofalo was right there, but the ball never made it close enough to him for him to get a kickoff. And Quincy recovers, and they bring it back down the field, and we have a little back and forth action going on early here.
Quincy getting the better of the possession early, but Collinsville's turned on some speed a couple times here and gotten a couple looks, and nothing on goal just yet, though.
Just got a report in from the volleyball team. They were at O'Fallon tonight, so their only game left is at Belleville East Thursday, and we will have that one for you. Freshman and JV lost in straight sets. Varsity lost in 3 sets as they try at the goal by Quincy was denied, and a whistle will stop the action, and we'll have a free kick coming up here for Collinsville right in front of the box, or excuse me, a goal kick restart here.
Called offsides.
Collinsville lost the first set 25-13, won the middle set against O'Fallon 25-22, and then lost the final set 16-25. So the Lady Kahawks have one more chance to pick up win number 20 on the year, and that'll be Thursday at Belleville East. I think some of the dew is starting to hit the turf out there, because I've seen a couple of guys slide trying to stop. There's a pass all the way over onto the far side. Garofalo is going to collect it on that far side sideline, just outside the left part of the box. Garofalo moves it in front, gives it to Peterson. Peterson to Reiniger, but Reiniger, and the pass was just a little bit too far, and he had to reach out with that hamstring and try to stop that one, and he misfired on it.
He didn't want to try to do too much there, test himself out, but it didn't seem like Peterson or Reiniger were quite ready for the passes, and the ball just slid across the turf quicker than they were expecting.
Here is Reiniger over on the far side sideline. That ball knocked out of bounds by Quincy, and Collinsville will have a throw in, I believe. Now we're going to have a substitution first, as Juan Carlos Doria will check into the game.
Should be Collinsville's throwing if they brought in Collinsville was the only one subbing.
Yeah. So throw in coming from all the way over on the far side of the field. They're going to throw it just inside the left-hand side of this box, and it banks off a couple of Quincy players first, and then it finds one of the Quincy players out front. Collinsville trying to use their head. That is Joey Morales over there, who is trying to head that ball back into the field of play, and TJ Carter gets taken down from behind. No call. Quincy, they end up with the ball. Here is Andrew Brown. Brown, this pass partially deflected in the middle, but it goes to Adrian Summers, and then Summers gives it right back to Brown, who gives it back to Summers in turn. Summers will send it all the way over to the far sideline. 32-40 left to play here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Quincy. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson gives it to Mahat. Mahat off of his chest, moves the ball forward. And Collinsville trying to break out and get some offensive presence felt down here on this right side. Whistle will stop the action once again. Dave Wilhelm chimes in on the old chat line.
There you go.
Dave says that if he was still working his old job at the B&D, he'd be here covering this game. I guarantee you he would. He says it feels like a forever ago that since he stopped working at the Belleville News-Democrat.
Yeah, it's been quite a while now.
Yeah, because he went from there to the Post-Dispatch for a few years. And free kick for Collinsville right into the front of the box. Comes down, but Collinsville can't collect it to try another shot, and that one's going to head out of bounds in between the benches over on the far side, and the Kahawks will have a throw-in from over there. 31 and a half minutes left to play here in this first half. No score as of yet. Edwardsville got on the board in their game against Alton 3 minutes and 3 seconds into the contest. Evan Moore scored twice, scored again later on in the second half with about 8:26 left. And then Troy Chenault scored at the 46-51 mark of the second half, and that was all the scoring. And Alton, after beating Springfield Co-op 7-0 on Saturday to get themselves into that game, they couldn't really muster much of an offense. There is Edwardsville. Ty Starko, who scored his first goal of the year in that Paz Cup at Granite City in the last regular season finale. Collinsville trying to move it up. They let it go through the legs. Here is Carter. Carter tries to send it into the middle on a cross, and that was off of the shins there of Evan Sohn and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have another throw in. This one's going to come right outside of the right side of the box here, and Landon Mahat, or excuse me, it's going to be a corner kick as that ball went across the line. So Collinsville picks up the first corner kick of this game. And Mahat sends it into the air. It's a line drive shot, and it goes over, and a kick out of there, not by the goalkeeper, but by one of the defenders, as the goalkeeper had that ball go over to his left, but he was lucky that Houston Vanderlei was there, because Vanderlei just kicked it right out of harm's way.
Starko in perfect position there for that header, and luckily Vanderlei was there as far as Quincy is concerned.
Goes over everybody. Here's a chance for Collinsville. It's out, and now it's in. Adam Reiniger gets Collinsville on the board after a missed opportunity by Garofalo up front. Reiniger finds the loose ball and puts it in behind Lucas Shepard. 1-0 in favor of the Collinsville Kahawks.
Initial shot was right there on the ground, and Otten on Quincy cleared it away, but he knocked it right back to the foot of Reiniger, who cleaned up an easy goal there, and 10 minutes in, the Kahawks are up.
29-53. Adam Reiniger scores his 19th goal of the year, and Collinsville jumps out front 1-0. So the Kahawks looking to go back to work and putting more than just the one up there. Nice start for the Kahawks. Here is Starko. Starko back at the middle defensive position. Will send the ball all the way up, trying to find Trey Peterson. Almost worked too, but he didn't get that one quite on an angle that he wanted to. Here is Carter once again after a steal by Collinsville, and that was banked off of the foot of Evan Sohn and out of bounds. So Collinsville, another throw-in coming for them. TJ Carter is going to be very busy with some throw-ins over here on this side of the field. Carter throws it in, comes down for Adam Reiniger. Reiniger got hurt in that regional semifinal last year and didn't get to play in the regional championship game against Edwardsville, and that I'm sure hurt the Kahawks' chances to advance last year. Got hurt a couple of weeks ago as well, and just got back to action. Had a hat trick in overtime against the game against O'Fallon. That was 1 week ago tonight, and then played sparingly in the season finale Thursday at Granite City, but did get in there and knock off some cobwebs and test out that hamstring a little bit. He seems to be okay. Heard Coach talk about the health of his team coming into this game. He's like, well, we're as healthy as we can be this time of year.
Yeah, and especially with not using many guys off the bench throughout the year, you would worry about that anyway, but the health of a team this late in the season, and it's good that we're at least healthy enough.
Well, let's hope we can come out of this game the exact same way, because that's going to be a big test Saturday against Edwardsville if we can get that far. That ball is poked out of bounds once again by Edwardsville, and Trey Peterson is going to throw it in, but he said not so fast. You're about 10 yards too deep. TJ Carter was standing right at the midfield stripe ready for the throw in, and Peterson got the ball and took off running with it before he threw it in. Now Carter will throw it in, does so off of the head of Reiniger. Comes over here to this near side sideline, and Juan Carlos Doria had the ball go out of bounds, but it was off one of the Quincy players, so Carter will move up and he'll throw the ball in again. 27.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Collinsville up 1-0.
Just a few minutes there for Doria. He's going to go back out, and Munoz coming in. Munoz has come along here in the last few weeks for the Kahawks.
And another chance at a shot, but that one goes a little wide, and it'll go across the end line, and that ricocheted off of one of the Quincy players. So Collinsville will have their second corner kick of the night. And this time it is going to be Chris Munoz who's going to take this corner kick. Munoz puts a boot into it, stays low, and then headed right out. But it comes out front and a shot, and that one goes high off of the foot of Garofalo, but I believe that also tipped off of a Quincy player. So Collinsville will get another corner kick out of this.
Yeah, that's why it went high, rolled up off a Quincy player and out of bounds.
So Munoz will set the ball down. He and Mahat are over here on the corner area. Which one of them is going to take this kick? That remains to be seen. Got a couple of Quincy players right outside the box standing in front of him. And now it is Munoz out front, and a chance for Collinsville again, and in the back of the net. Another goal by the Kahawks, and Collinsville goes up by a score of 2-0.
Joey Morales buries it.
He sure did.
Kick comes into him. Quincy had that scattered out, knowing that the Kahawks sometimes just pass it over, then try to bring it into the net there. But with Chris Munoz just sending it in, Kahawks settle the ball down, and Morales buries it.
Nice that they're playing some music when Collinsville scores a goal. You know that ain't going to happen here when they play Edwardsville. We are back to action. Collinsville with a 2-0 lead now. As we have played about 9 minutes of this contest, and the Kahawks are already up 2-0. They'll send the ball all the way down again. It's going to roll out to the side, and Lucas Shepard comes out to scoop it up. Collinsville, 2 goals on 3 shots on goal so far in this one. As the ball comes back out to midfield, Braden Borm there. He sends it up high, and Carter gets there first. Mahat, he'll send it back down to the offensive zone, but no one back there to collect it, wearing the purple and the white. So Asher Otten will send it back out to midfield. Coming up with it is Dane Compton. Compton trying to send the ball up and trying to spring Reiniger, but Reiniger is going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and he does. Over to Mahat. Turns around, gives to Garofalo. Garofalo will just send it back to the defense, and Morales, who just scored the goal, will send it on up. Braden Henson, by the way, in goal for Collinsville. 855 minutes on the year. He's 7-2-1 with 3 shutouts. And he has given up 11 goals for a goals against average of 1.03 on the year. 44 saves for a save percentage right at 80%. Throw in coming up here for Vanderlei. Vanderlei sends it on down off of Carter's head, and it comes down for Stefosky. Stefosky, he's the goal leader right now for Quincy. He scored 8 goals on the year. And that is the goal leader for the Quincy Blue Devils this year. Of course, Collinsville Adam Reiniger coming into this game with 18, has 19 now after the first goal belonged to Reiniger. After that, Juan Carlos Doria with 8. Now he has 9. Trey Peterson came into this contest with 8 as well. As we have a little delay in action here while we get some shoes tied and some substitutes to come in. Collinsville throws the ball in. Throw it down to Mahat. Mahat sends the ball over to the far sideline, and Collinsville loses control of it, and they'll send it out toward the midfielders. Here is Evan Sohn. Sohn will send it back over this way for Vanderlei. Vanderlei right in the middle of the field in the offensive zone for Quincy, and then back out to midfield, and it still comes right back to Trace Routh. Routh sends it over to the far sideline. Quincy looking for a little offense. They're trailing 2-0. Coming in, nice job on the defensive side there by Chris Munoz. He stole that ball away. Sends it up to midfield, but it's intercepted by Summers for Quincy. Summers will head to the Edwardsville logo and then kick the ball with a little sidestep action for Brown. Brown couldn't move it up anywhere. Loose ball, and Collinsville comes away with it at midfield. Munoz banked it off of one of the Quincy players, and I believe it came right back to Munoz and hit him in the arm. So a free kick coming up here for Quincy, going to be from about 50 yards out. 23 minutes to go here in this first half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. I didn't even know that was the Blackhawks goal song when the Blackhawks score. Chad Burgess timing in. Nothing I can do about that, yeah. Chad. That comes in from downstairs, man. Popped up in the air, and Henson comes out and grabs it with 2 hands before any damage can get done. So no shot on goal. That one was just popped straight up in the air.
Hinson had to leap his own guy and reach in front of the Quincy player to get that ball.
Comes out to midfield. Collinsville already ahead 2-0. And here is Juan Carlos Doria. Doria sends it back to the defense. Starko will take over. He'll send it over to his defensive partner, Dane Compton. Compton moves the ball up, trying to find Mahat. Ricochets off of him, comes back to Borm. Borm up to Doria. Doria looking to get around. He does so with a little pass to Mahat. Mahat sends a cross pass into the box, but he was trying to spring Peterson, who was coming up the middle, but unfortunately Asher Otten was there to stop that progression, and now Quincy trying to break out of it once again. Collinsville comes away with the ball. Here is Peterson, gets it up to Garofalo. Garofalo got taken off the ball, and coming away with it is Baruch Rosen. Rosen over on the far side to a teammate, now over to Morales. Morales finds Peterson. Peterson at midfield. He'll send the ball up, trying to find a pass and trying to spring TJ Carter, who is streaking up this right sideline. Never made it to him, though. Peterson comes away with it again, and now Quincy intercepts, but Collinsville returns the favor. They'll send it back to the defense, and Starko, Ty, with his head up, looking to find Peterson, and that ball popped up. Comes down for Doria. Doria with a little sidestep kick over to Garofalo. Garofalo mistimed that jump, and I think it went off of his chest more than it did his head. Collinsville will have a free kick coming up here from about 50 yards away also, and it'll be the latest of the goal scorers, the junior defender, Joey Morales. Morales sends the ball up on a pass. Trying to turn the corner is Peterson. He pops one right into the middle. Landon Mahat was there, but it never made it quite to Landon as that ball was intercepted by Quincy. Blue Devils now break it out. Right underneath our location, they send it up the sideline, but they couldn't control it as the captain, Evan Sohn, couldn't keep that ball from crossing the yellow line.
Kahok just keep bringing all kinds of pressure here. They never let up on Quincy, even when the Cahoks turn the ball over or Quincy intercepts it. They're just continuously bringing pressure and winning that ball back.
So Collinsville back to work here. We are almost halfway through this first half. Collinsville up 2-0 on a goal by Adam Reiniger to start us off, and then Joey Morales, and there was a shot. That had to hurt, man. I don't care who you are. That was a line drive shot that was destined for the goal, but it banked off of the shins of one of the Quincy defenders, and now a shot rolls all the way down, and Hinson will have that one with no problem. Rolls it on out to Starko. Starko up to Mahat. Mahat sends it over here to Doria. Doria trying to feed it back to Mahat. Went too far, but there is Trey Peterson come up with the ball. Peterson was being held the whole entire time he was trying to make it to midfield. And now Quincy, they come away with the ball. Not for long as Morales sidesteps it, sends it up, and tries to stop it before it goes past him, but he just couldn't. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Vanderlei. Vanderlei almost threw it to the wrong guy. That was a handball. Yep. Collinsville will have a free kick from the defensive side of their field. 19 minutes to go here in this first half. Collinsville with a 2-0 lead. Trying to return here Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. for a regional championship matchup with Edwardsville, who downed to Alton in the earlier game here tonight, 3-0. Here is Starko. Starko sends the ball deep down range off of the head of Otten, and it comes down. Peterson trying to keep it inbounds. He does for the time being, and then he turns away from the sideline and almost overstepped the ball. Sends it on back to the defense. Starko comes up with it. Starko from midfield sends it up now for, Munoz. Munoz all the way over for Garofalo. Garofalo patiently waiting over there on that left wing. Comes in front, shot, and that one goes just a little bit too high. Munoz had the right idea, but off of his toe and through the football uprights.
Trying to get Doria to come in, trail behind him there, and settle the ball down, put a shot in, but Munoz did a good job of leading them. Just kicked the ball up a little too high off the turf there as it came up.
So a goal kick restart here for Lucas Shepard. And it comes right back for Collinsville. Here is Peterson. Peterson turns around, heads the other way, pokes it up past Mahat, and Mahat saves the ball from going across the end line. No, he does not. That's going to be a goal kick restart. He almost saved that ball.
I think he got the initial touch on it there, but still had a little too much juice on it. Didn't slow it down enough. And
Yeah, he
out
wanted to stop the ball in its tracks, but instead he just slowed the roll, and it kept on rolling until it went across the yellow line. Here is Shepard with a goal kick restart. He sends it out to midfield. No breeze out here at all, so there is no wind affecting this game whatsoever. The American flag off to the left behind the goal, occupied right now by Braden Henson, is just laying limp on that pole. Here is Peterson. He's got an opportunity. Shot on goal and a save by Lucas Shepard.
Not the cleanest of saves. It went through his hands,
Yeah.
but it landed between his ankles there, so he did enough to stop it. But didn't close his legs there in time enough, and his ankles, it might have squirted through him.
Well, Collinsville doesn't waste any time getting that ball right back.
They
Here's
just keep the
Munoz
pressure coming.
getting manhandled back there, man. He was being tugged on and pushed and shoved, and Collinsville's going to get a free kick out of this, and this one's going to be from about 25 yards away. So very doable here for Landon Mahat. Well, put the ball on the, well, they're going to back it up even more. They'll put it on the football field's 23-yard line, so 33 yards away.
Kahok's continuing with the pressure even after the shot didn't go in. They quickly get the ball back, didn't give Quincy any time.
Here is Mahat. He'll send the ball up to the net, but it's going to go wide. And that'll go across the end line, and another goal kick restart coming up here for Lucas Shepard. We're back with you Thursday from Belleville East, season finale for both the Lady Lancers and your Lady Kahok volleyball team, and then the two teams will face off a week from tonight in their regional semifinal. And then, of course, we close out the week with week number 9 of the football season. 2 5-3 teams going at it from Kahok Stadium, as Collinsville will host the Triad Knights. So just the one day off tomorrow is all we have this week. And if this game goes the way it is right now, we'll be back here Saturday. We'll have 5 games in 6 days for you.
Busy week.
Yeah. Ball won't settle down for Quincy to get a proper shot on goal, so Collinsville comes away with it. And over here, just underneath the booth, Trey Peterson looks up and sends the ball on a bounce to Shepard. Shepard will send it back out to midfield, as we are just under 15 minutes to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 2-0. Goal by Adam Reiniger and a goal by Joey Morales has given Collinsville a 2-0 lead. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Quincy, right in front of the Collinsville bench.
Speaking of the bench, I see they keep having the guys get up and stay a little warm. It's not that cool of a night, but it's cool. Probably one of the more cooler nights throughout the season so far.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. We're doing all right up here in the booth. This booth, of course, faces west, so it's been in the sunshine all day, and that warmed it up. Here is Collinsville with another offensive opportunity. That ball is going to go across the sideline, put there by Quincy, so a throw-in coming up here for the Kahawks. Quickly, it's taken care of off of Munoz. Munoz gets it back, stays with it, sends it up into the middle for Reiniger. Reiniger back to Munoz. Munoz puts a shot on goal, and another save by Shepard.
Kahawks had the right idea, but Quincy just pushed him back out of the zone a little too much, and Munoz didn't quite have enough on that shot after all.
Yeah, clogged up that front of the box there, so not a lot of movement going on there. Another ball out of bounds. Collinsville gets the throw in this time from in front of their bench, and a whistle will stop that.
The second ball came in. I believe was that the O'Fallon game where the 2 balls got thrown in at the same time, and they're playing on 2 different ends. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens sometimes. There's a ball over on the far side. Quincy trying to track it down. Garofalo trying to steal it away, but Quincy comes up with it, but not anymore, as Munoz does a nice job with a steal. He'll bank it off of a body and almost had a free Landon Mahat coming right up the middle, but that ball never made it to him. And now we're going to have a call going against Quincy at midfield. Collinsville will have a free kick right at the Edwardsville logo.
Brown gets called for that foul. Just a little too much pressure from him, clearing Kahok off the ball.
It'll be Dane Compton who will take this free kick from midfield up into the night sky. Comes down right in front of the box, headed out though by Quincy. And Munoz trying to put it right back with his header, but that ball didn't get very far either. And now Quincy comes away with it. Back out to midfield it goes. And Collinsville back to work. Here is Reiniger. Reiniger sends it all the way over to the far sideline for Garofalo. Garofalo trying to split a couple of defenders right between the legs of one of them. Back to Reiniger, and Reiniger's shot goes high and off of the near side goal post here on the football field. Hit that near upright. 12 minutes to go here in this first half. Collinsville leading 2-0. Shepard sends us back to action with a kick out to midfield off of one of the Quincy players. Comes down for Collinsville. Back to the defense. Here is Starko, and Starko will just send it back over to Hinson. Hinson will send it over to Compton. Compton looking up, looking for someone to pass it to as he approaches midfield. Compton with a little stutter pass over to the far side for Morales, and then Trey Peterson gets shoved down from behind, and Collinsville will have another free kick. This one's going to be from about 40 yards away. Don't make it too obvious when you push somebody down from behind.
Well, that lets Quincy set up their defense here farther back. They're already backtracking. Doesn't really hurt them too much to just go ahead and take that foul and be able to set things up.
That one bounced before it got to the box. Loose ball now, and it's picked up there by Routh. Collinsville gets a hold of it and trying to keep the ball in the field of play. They do so, and they come away with it. Back out to Garofalo. Garofalo in the middle of the field trying to pop one into the box and trying to spring Mahat, but that never made it to him. Mahat, though, will get the loose ball and send it over to Reiniger. Reiniger turns around, gives it up to T.J. Carter. Carter just underneath our location, back to Reiniger. Little tic-tac-toe action as Mahat will send it up the line to Carter. Carter with a nice move, breaks in from the right side. Shot saved by Shepard.
Carter's not afraid to pinch up there and become an attacker if he needs to. Mahat hanging back, and then they just sends Carter in motion there, gets a good shot on goal.
It wasn't a bad piece of work there by Collinsville in that particular series. Here is Garofalo again over on the far sideline. Garofalo gives it up, and trying to chase it down is Justin Dreyer. Dreyer loses control of the ball, and then an errant kick sends it into the Quincy bench. Collinsville will have a throw in. Each team makes a player exchange. Just under 10 minutes left to go here in this first half. Collinsville, with 2 early goals, lead 2-0.
Kahok's throwing this one in front of the Quincy bench.
Try to track down some scores for you. We got other area action going on as well. We know that Edwardsville won here because, well, we were here. But there's other regionals going on around the area as well, so we'll try to track down that information for you. Most notably, the Belleville West Regional has O'Fallon taking on Granite City. That game is probably over, and the nightcap is the Battle of the Bellevilles as West and East had the 7 o'clock start from Belleville West. There is Quincy trying to generate a little offense, but being spun off of that ball was Adrian Summers. It'll be a throw-in. Summers will take care of it right in front of his bench. 9 minutes to play here in this first half. Comes down in the middle, and Quincy will poke it into their offensive zone, but Starko's back there. He collects it. He looks up, surveys things, trying to figure out where to go with it. He'll go over here to this near side, trying to get it to Doria, and Doria, and that ball just go past him, and Nolan Dady comes up with it for Quincy, and now Braden Borm will get called for a foul as he runs right into the back of Andrew Brown. So Quincy will have a free kick, but it's going to be from about 80 yards away. And the kick taken in here by Asher Otten, the senior defender for Quincy. He'll send it into the offensive zone. Off of the head of Morales, and it makes its way up. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Munoz. Munoz trying to spring Morales over there, but that ball banked off of a Quincy player, and Quincy just sends it out of bounds. And Collinsville will have a throw-in after they make a player exchange. Garofalo is going to go to the bench, have himself a little bit of a break. Not sure who came in for him. Too far away for me to see. Might be Suarez. I'm not sure. Couldn't tell. Collinsville, though, coming back again on offense. They'll send it out to the middle of the field. Poked up, but sent right back by the Blue Devils. Here is T.J. Carter. Carter looking over here on the sideline, trying to find Peterson. Peterson's got some room to maneuver. He comes in over on the right side of the box and cuts in. Sends a shot into the middle. Oh, man, perfect opportunity right in the middle for Morales. And he just missed. Took a dive into that ball, and it ends up going over the net.
Didn't need to. Just set your feet there and bury that like you did before. Didn't need to leave his feet and slide in. 3 guys were around, but none of them were close enough. Plenty of time to just set yourself and get that nice shot like you did before.
Yeah.
On the second goal, could have had an easy third one there.
Yeah, could have been a backbreaker here for Quincy early on in this contest, but here's Quincy with an opportunity as they have the ball inside the box. Here's a shot, but that one's going to go way high and way wide. And with 6.5 minutes to go, Quincy is still looking for their first shot on goal in this contest. 6:25 to play here in the first half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Braden Henson.
Want to have a good solid finish here to this half. We talked about some late half goals Cavs have given up earlier this year. Just don't want to have that happen again tonight.
No, we do not. Collinsville brings the ball up. Starko over to Carter. Carter sends it up for Doria. Doria will pop it into the middle for Reiniger. Reiniger turns the corner and trying to spring T.J. Carter over here, but just didn't get enough juice on the pass, and Quincy was able to intercept.
Yeah, and Carter had a hard time getting around Sohn over there. Some good defense on his end also.
Ball comes up the far side sideline. First one there is Compton. Compton will just poke it in front of his own bench for Morales. And Morales trying to work his way up with it. Does so. Finds Trey Peterson. Peterson cuts across the middle. He's got Doria over here by himself on the sideline. And that pass makes it to Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos trying to put on some moves.
Fancy footwork there.
Yeah, sure was. Here is Trey Peterson. He tries to do the same thing. Sends it back over to Munoz. Munoz has had a couple of golden opportunities, and now he gets pushed down inside the box. No call on the play. That ball is going to go over the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for Quincy. 5 minutes to go here in this first half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville.
I don't know if the refs ever actually decided what the call was there.
Well, I think the side judge deferred to the field referee, and the field referee pointed at the goal, so that's when the side judge did the same thing with his little offside flag.
That's how it came down.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what the side judge was watching, but, that's pretty much his job, right?
Well, I think he was deferring to the center ref on maybe some kind of penalty or...
Yeah, trying to wait and see if they were going to call that takedown in the box.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah. There's a shot toward the goal. That's going to go wide, and it's going to bounce over the line. It'll be another goal kick restart coming up here for Lucas Shepard. Oh, there's a baseball game going on as well. Phillies and the Diamondbacks. Phillies took game 1 last night. How about those Texas Rangers? Handing the defending World Series champions 2 losses in a row. And Texas has not lost a game yet in the postseason. Crazy stuff in baseball right now. Comes down, and Quincy tries to take over. They do so at Summers. Summers moves the ball up, and now trying to find Sohn. Sohn cuts across the middle, trying to pass the ball up and then go back after it, but he's going to get there first is Sohn. Now he's got Carter to deal with along with Starko, and that banks off of Carter's legs and out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up here for Quincy right outside the box with 3:25 left to play here in this first half. Throw-in will come from Hudson Vanderlei, of Vanderlei Industries. Off of the head of one of the Kahawks inside the box. Comes back down, but unable to settle the ball down was Aiden Albert. And that ball will take a slow roll to Henson, and Henson will pick it up because Cade Parkhill was closing in on him. Here come the Kahawks. They have a 2-0 lead, looking for more. Over on the far side of the field, it is Morales. Morales will send the ball on up. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson does a nice job getting around one of the defenders, then gets pushed off the ball for a moment, but Peterson stays with it, tries to turn the corner again over here on this right side, and
Shove there.
we're going to have, that one's going to go against Peterson, so it'll be a free kick here coming up for Quincy, but it's going to be from almost the length of the field.
Zapavsky took Peterson there off the ball, and Peterson gave him a little shove in the back there, try to get it back, and got a call for the penalty, the foul.
Yeah, he was just returning the shove. One was called, one was not. Off of the chest of Aiden Albert. He loses control of the ball. Borm pops it up, and he finds Doria with it. Doria will send it back to Starko. Starko sends it into the midfield area for Compton. Compton looks and finds Adam Reiniger. Reiniger at the Edwardsville logo, trying to find Doria. Doria comes in on the right side, looking for a little help, gets some in the form of Trey Peterson. Peterson, he'll circle. He'll try to cut off a couple of defenders. Shot on goal, and that one will go wide. And a nice try there by Landon Mahat, but he got a little bit too much of that ball as we have 90 seconds to play here in this first half.
Good job getting back with Quincy defending there. Kahok's had a prime opportunity, which could be a back-breaking goal here to get a third one here just before the half.
Yep, that would be, and we would enjoy that a little bit. Off of the head once again of Albert. Comes down, and here is Parkhill. Parkhill in a battle with TJ Carter, and Collinsville comes away with it. Now back over to Carter once again, over here on this near side sideline. Carter trying to maneuver his way past Parkhill, and Parkhill was all over him, and nice job there to get out of it. Carter will send it up, but he sends it off on an angle as he was trying to spring Garofalo over here on this near side sideline. 40 seconds left to play here in this first half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Comes back down to midfield. Here is Sohn. Sohn sends the ball to his teammate Albert. And on the move once again are the Blue Devils. Here is Brown. Brown, nice little job there on the poke check by Dane Compton. Comes out for Peterson. Peterson will send it up to Munoz. Munoz will send it downfield, and that's off a body. That's the live ball. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo, oh, what a save there by Lucas Shepard. He came out and challenged Garofalo, and Garofalo did everything but score. Comes back out once again. Be careful over there. I don't want to stretch out that hamstring. Peterson almost did the splits right there in front of the box. That's the end of the first half of play.
Kahok's missed a prime opportunity there.
I'm telling you.
2 on none going in on the goalie there. Could have got that third goal before the half, but still a good half. Brought lots of pressure and got 2 goals here.
2-0 in favor of Collinsville after one half of play, and that'll bring us to the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems been keeping homes dry since 1986. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters office at 618-708-4055. We will peruse the internet, try to come up with some scores for you, and we'll be back here in just a moment to tell you all about it. It's the Woods Basement Systems halftime show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or They can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Welcome back into the Woods Basement System halftime show here at Edwardsville. Collinsville leads Quincy 2-0 after one half of play. Adam Reiniger scored the first goal of the game just about 11 minutes in, and 3 minutes later, Morales, get that out of my head there. Joey Morales scores to make it 2-0. I can also tell you the Lady Kahok volleyball results from O'Fallon. Both the freshman and the JV teams lost in 2 straight sets. Collinsville lost in 3, lost the first set 25-13, picked up the middle win 25-22 before dropping the third set 25-16. Talisha Gilmore had 5 blocks and 5 kills, and Avery and Aubrey Johnson both had 6 kills in that contest. Phillies, they have a 1-0 lead right now over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Trey Turner hit a solo home run in the first inning, and that is where that one stands. And of course, we already told you, but we will again. Edwardsville beating Alton here in the first game of the regionals in the first regional semifinal by a score of 3-0. Elsewhere, O'Fallon beat Granite City 4-1 in the Belleville West regionals at halftime between West and East in the Battle of Bellevilles. There is no score. 2A action, Freeburg downed Marion by a score of 3-1 in 1A regional final. Marquette down Lebanon 7-0. And another regional final in 1A had Jabot over Massac County by a score of 3-2. That is a look at your Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Second half action between Collinsville and Quincy coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking. Providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at CollinsvilleBarbecue.com. 618-855-8855. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back here at the District 7 Sports Complex in Edwardsville. My name is Todd Duke. Chris Kettler is on the other microphone, and not a bad first half. We need to hold court and maybe get another goal or two there, Chris.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get that third one before the half with a big opportunity, but I can't argue with two first half goals, and the Cahoks have really controlled the pace of play here in the second half. I mean, in the first half, and we'll try to have a better second half as we go along here and try to get in this regional championship game.
That's the plan, and we are just about ready for second half action. Referee is getting ready to start his watch, and he does, and we are underway in the second half. Quincy trailing 2-0. They get the ball first, and Collinsville will intercept it right off the bat. Here is Mahat out to midfield for Reiniger. Reiniger will send it back over this way now for Garofalo. Garofalo sends it up the line. Here is Mahat. He'll try to turn over here on this left corner, and he got punched off the ball, and Quincy comes away with it. They send it back out to midfield. Here is Routh. Routh moves the ball up, but Collinsville intercepts again, and Compton can't complete the pass to Morales. And the throw-in belongs to Quincy. They throw it in quickly, and Garofalo immediately takes over possession. Over to Reiniger. Reiniger finds Borm, and Borm in the middle of the field will send the ball all the way over to the far side for TJ Carter. Carter to Starko. Starko back to Borm. Borm, he sends the ball up on a pass, but past everyone, and that'll roll into the far side of the box over there, and Quincy trying to get it out of harm's way. Collinsville trying to collect themselves and head back that direction. Here is Reiniger. Punches the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo with a shot on goal, and that one goes right past the outstretched arms of Lucas Shepard. And Shepard, lucky for him that he didn't touch it, or else that would have been another corner kick for Collinsville. Kahawks had 3 corner kicks in that first half, and they outshot Quincy in the first half of this contest, 7-0. There is Shepard. He sends it back out to midfield. Comes down and settles down for Routh. Routh sends the ball up, but there is Morales. He got there first. Did a little backwards kick on it, but came right down for Brown. Brown punches it up toward the front of the box. Didn't make it that far, but Quincy comes away with it, and they'll put a shot toward the goal, and a save there by Braden Hinson. That was the first shot on goal the whole game there for Quincy.
A couple times Hinson had to go after the ball and get it, but that's the first real shot so far for Blue Devils.
Back out to midfield. Here is Mahat. Mahat sends the ball up the line. TJ Carter with a head of steam. Comes in over on the right side. Leaves himself some room for a cross. He does, but no one's there to pick it up as that ball ends up going past Garofalo on the fly. And you know that Carter would like to have that back and keep that ball on the ground.
Carter's been knocking on the door, streaking up that side. Got a couple opportunities. Quincy's had to play some real tough defense on him from time to time, and he might get a goal here before the end of the game.
I wouldn't mind. Quincy had another ball go out of bounds off a Collinsville player, so another throw in for them. They go back to work in their defensive zone, and they'll try it with Adrian Summers. Summers almost lost the ball as Chris Munoz was in there causing some disruptions. And now Quincy comes back with it, and it's picked off now by Compton. Compton, a little side pass. Munoz does the same thing, gets it right back, tries to split the defense with a pass, but he missed. Had that left leg outstretched there trying to hit that ball, but he just couldn't find it. Ends up going out of bounds off a Quincy player.
Yeah, Quincy just giving ground deep in their own zone here, and allows the Kahawks, once they intercept the ball, to get some good pressure right away.
Garofalo's throw in bounces off of a body, and it finds Quincy. Quincy trying to send it up to midfield, but Compton got there first. Bounced off of him as he was on the wrong side of the defensive Quincy player that was out there and could not get back to the ball. Quincy, they're going back to work. Here is Otten, and they'll send it all the way back, and Shepard will send it right out front. That was a dangerous kind of a play. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo trying to get the ball right back. Peterson was in there as well as that ball gets picked up sky high. Now over here to this near side sideline it goes, and 2 players get tangled up, and they're going to call a foul against Garofalo on that one when really the feet of Garofalo and Andrew Brown just got tangled up. Both of them went down. I didn't see a reason for a call.
Might have been a hand in the back or so from Garofalo, not much. Then their feet got tangled up, and I think that was what they called just the impact of them falling. There wasn't much contact there.
25.5 left to play here in the second half. Collinsville leading 2-0 for two first half goals for Collinsville. I'll get it out there eventually. Collinsville will get the throw in. Quincy thinks they have it, but
they do.
Oh, they do.
Crowd doesn't agree.
Yeah, they had to throw it. They had to step back about 5 yards before they had let him throw it in, though. Tried to sneak it up there just a little bit. And now Quincy on the move once again. And we're going to have a tripping call against Braden Borm as he kind of took out the feet of Stupovsky. So
they're going to give him a card.
They're going to give him a yellow card for that. So Borm's going to have to go out, and Quincy's going to get a free kick here from about 25 yards away. So Borm will have to go out. And they'll bring Juan Carlos Doria back in. So a free kick coming up here from about 25 yards away.
Probably we're about one to get Dory in anyway, but the Cats will have to adjust the lineup here and send somebody back in defense.
Evan Sohn getting ready to take this kick for Quincy. Here it is. It's high and caught up near the crossbar by Hinson.
It's almost just high enough that could have got up over Hinson's hands if he didn't see that one all the way through.
He sure did. Had a good view of it. Comes back down to Collinsville's offensive zone. Quincy has to play some defense again. They send it up to midfield, and it's going to go out of bounds in front of the Quincy bench. So Collinsville will have a throw-in from over there. And Ty Starko will give way to TJ Carter, and the throw-in will come right at the end of the Quincy bench to Starko. Starko trying to work his way up, and that ball rejected right back to him. Here is Reiniger. Reiniger to Carter, back over to Munoz and back to Carter, and then they'll play tic-tac-toe for a while until a whistle is blown.
Go off a hand.
Not really sure. Too far away for me to see exactly what happened. But Canucks are going to get a free kick out of it, so something went down.
Foul nonetheless.
Yep. Free kick from a long ways away, and it goes up the line, and trying to settle it down over there is Aiden Albert. Albert does settle it down and moves the ball up to Brown. Brown, he gets triple teamed over there, and Son in there as well, and Collinsville will have another throw in between the benches. They don't waste any time throwing it in. Kahok's going back to work. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson gets shoved down. He didn't go down, but he got pushed from behind. So Collinsville will have a free kick here coming up from about 40 yards away.
Referee stops play right away, and he's going to give
who's that?
Didi. I believe it was 6. Didi.
Nolan Didi gets a yellow card, so Borum had to go out on a yellow card, and now Didi goes out on a yellow card. Free kick coming up here for Dane Compton. It's going to be from about 45 yards away. And Compton, they want to stop the clock. Why do they want to stop the clock?
Well, you stop the clock for the administration of the yellow card, and then don't start it here until we resume. I believe the clock was already stopped, was it not?
I don't know.
They didn't add any more time, and we're back going either way.
Yeah. All right. Got all that figured out. And here is Trey Peterson. Put on a nice move, man. He left that Quincy Blue Devil right out of his tennis shoes. Here's a nice move by Mahat. Mahat trying to put on another good move. Sends it out front for Garofalo, who finds Reiniger. Reiniger will just send it on back to midfield. And Starko with it. Sends it over to Carter. Carter. And the ball sent right back to him, but I think that ball went over the line, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Quincy right in front of Collinsville's bench. Popped up in the air over at midfield. 32 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville leading 2-0, looking for more. Here is Peterson. He puts one into the front of the box, and it's headed right back out by Quincy. Quincy tries to settle the ball down. They'll move it upfield. Send it over here to this side to Brown. Brown has his head up the whole way, looks and fires it downfield, and Compton is going to get there first. Compton does a nice little job of turning around. Left the Quincy player there in his dust. Out to the middle of the field now for Reiniger. Reiniger punches it forward, trying to find Garofalo. Garofalo, he does get there, and Garofalo stays with it. Over here on this left side, turns the corner, puts one into the middle, but Peterson wasn't there. He was blocked out by a couple of defenders. Now Mahat, he'll send one toward the goal. That's blocked out by the defense. Comes off of Munoz. Out in front now for Reiniger. Reiniger trying to make something happen here. Reiniger will turn around, look back behind him, and get a little help from his defensive players and his midfielders. Here is Dane Compton. Compton will punch one up to the front of the box, off of the head of Peterson. Boy, I tell you what, that ball could have kept going forward and straight. That would have ended up going out behind Shepard, because Shepard came out to play it, and then he had to retreat. There is Carter. Sends the ball over onto the far side, and trying to get around everybody is Doria. He bounces off a couple of bodies. No call on the play. And Quincy will send it back out to midfield.
Canucks aren't going to fall back. They'll continue to bring the pressure here and now.
A trip.
Get that trip called.
Yeah. Carter got the ball on his foot, turned around to make something happen, and got his feet taken right out from under him on a trip. So Collinsville will have a free kick from about 40 yards away, all the way over on the far sideline. Compton ready to take this kick as well. And it's on the way. Instead, it's a pass to Trey Peterson. Peterson turns around trying to give it back to Compton, but overshot him. And then it comes back for Munoz. Munoz puts on a nice move, gets it in the front of the box, comes down, but Quincy players are the only ones around the ball. They come up with it, and here is Nolan Dady, who's already back in after that yellow card. That ball goes across the end line, or across the sideline, excuse me, and before the ref can say, let's go keep on playing, we got another player exchange going on here as
Borm will come back in.
Borm comes back in. Dady came back in after his yellow card, and in quick fashion, Borm had to go over there and catch a little bit of a break for a while, but he's back in there, and Juan Carlos Doria will head to the bench.
You can do that when you're up. Just let a guy get a breather since he's already out. Quincy didn't have that luxury. Had to get their guy back in there as quickly as they could.
They didn't waste much time either, did they? Throw in coming up for Garofalo. Garofalo gets it into Mahat. Mahat sends it back to Sam. And Sam will send it back to Landon, and Mahat will turn around and start heading toward the goal with it. Instead, he gives it up now for Garofalo. Garofalo faked like he was going to pass that ball across the field, and now he does, and Borm will have to track it down over on the far sideline, and then Borm will punch it into the front of the box, and it comes down. Trying to chase it down is Garofalo, and Garofalo will get there first before that ball crosses the yellow line. Here he comes, back into the box. Garofalo sends it out front for Mahat. Mahat trying to get a shot on goal. He does, and a save by Shepard, and that keeps it at 2-0. That's the first shot on goal for Collinsville here in this second half. Took them a while. Quincy had the first 2 shots on goal before Collinsville got their one.
Tough save by Shepard. Lots of traffic out in front of him. He had to dive for that one to his left.
Out to midfield it goes. Here is Brown. Brown sends it over to Albert, and Albert will send it up the line, and Quincy trying to go back to work on the offense. Collinsville rejected that pass, and it'll roll all the way back to Braden Henson. Henson brings it out of the box to Compton on a pass. Compton with that head up the whole time, always surveying things, looking to where to go with the ball. Send it back to the defense once again, and here is Starko. Starko sends the ball out to midfield off of Mahat. Mahat thought he had Peterson behind him to take care of it, but Peterson was just a little late getting to the area where the ball ended up, but Collinsville comes away with it at midfield. Borm pokes it up, but it's rejected right back by the defense. And now a couple of players run into each other. Munoz finds a loose ball. Garofalo sends it over to Peterson. Excuse me. Peterson comes in from the right side, sends a cross pass into the middle, and it never made it onto the foot of Munoz. Instead, it made it right into the hands of Lucas Shepard. 27 minutes to play here in half number 2. Collinsville with a 2-0 lead. Winner will get to take on Edwardsville Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the regional championship game. Right now, Collinsville in the driver's seat. Starko sends it over to Carter, who finds Borm. Borm with it in front of the Quincy bench. Sends it back to the defense, and Starko will start things all over again. Sends it into the middle for Compton. Compton will move it up for Reiniger. Reiniger almost overstepped that ball, puts on a pretty good move. Got past his defenseman, that is Josh Stupowski. And then it goes all the way up to Mahat. Mahat putting on a couple of nifty moves with the feet. Sends it into the box. And Peterson trying to get there, but before he could, Lucas Shepard came out and swallowed that ball right up. Sent back out to midfield by Lucas Shepard off of the head of Reiniger. Reiniger will find Garofalo, and Garofalo does a nice job splitting the defense. Head up, looking for a pass into the middle for Peterson. Peterson taken out right in front of the 18-yard box. No call. And it rolls to Shepard, and Shepard will send the ball back out on a throw-in pass over onto the far side. Peterson there trying to disrupt everything, and Peterson bumps off one player, and he'll get called for it.
Down here out in front of the goal there for Peterson, just lots of contact with him and Auden trying to draw a call just outside the box. No call was made, but
and then they called that.
Side, yeah.
They didn't call the obvious takedown, and then Peterson just kind of hip checked one of the Quincy players, and the Quincy player stayed on his feet, but yet it was a foul. So a free kick from midfield for Quincy. Comes to the front of the box off of a head of one of the Kahawks and comes down for Routh. Routh trying to chase it down over near the corner kick area, and that ball is knocked out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Quincy. Adrian Summers gets the honors for this throw-in. Right outside the left side of that 18-yard box. Player exchange going on now on a substitution by Quincy, so they have to wait for that to take place. Whistle blows, that means we're ready. And Adrian Summers throws the ball in, and right off of the head of Garofalo it goes. And then Garofalo steps down, makes contact with the ball, and then it's sent out of bounds by Joey Morales. Another throw in for Quincy. This time, they'll exchange Adrian Summers for Hudson Vanderlei. Vanderlei's throw in high, and it comes down off of a Collinsville player, but Quincy, they stay with it. They'll send it all the way over onto the far side, and Hinson comes out of goal and then slips down. It's a good thing that Quincy only had the one player chasing after the ball. If anybody else would have been there, they could have passed and had a decent opportunity to score a goal. Instead, Collinsville's defense comes out as Mahat kind of mishit that ball. And over here on the near sideline, it goes to Dede. He'll send the ball on up for Routh. Routh trying to spring Stopovsky, but he couldn't get him, and the ball ends up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will have the throw in this time. Hawks want to make a substitution as Juan Carlos Doria checks back in. He'll take the place of Chris Munoz. Munoz doing yeoman's work out there today, man. He's had some opportunities, playing some good soccer out there tonight.
Yeah, he's been doing that for the last couple weeks here, end of the season, doing a lot of things, try to set up some goals, and had some fine opportunities himself in some games.
Here is Doria, just inserted into the game. He was held from behind, by Nolan Dede. Had both hands on each hip for Doria and held him back from getting to that ball. Referee saw it the whole way and called it. Free kick coming up here for Collinsville, but way downtown, here is Dane Compton. We have 22:40 left to play here in this second half. 2 first-half goals for Collinsville. That's all the scoring we have thus far. Here is Borm. Borm sends the ball up on a low pass to Mahat. Mahat doing the fancy footwork over there and tries to keep going, but that ball knocked out of bounds by Quincy, and a throw-in coming up here for TJ Carter. Carter sends it up the line, right in front of the Kahok bench. Trey Peterson comes away with it, heads toward midfield, finds Mahat. Mahat with a little side kick to Garofalo, and Garofalo did everything except get around Nolan Dede over there in the middle. Boy, if he would have got
up enough,
if he would have got past him, he would have had a clean shot at the goal. Throw in for Stopovsky. He does so off of the chest of Routh. Routh will send it all the way over to the far sideline, and that's where he finds Adrian Summers. Summers will pop one right into the front area of the box, and Collinsville, they get there first. Let's not make an own goal here, guys. Here's Morales. He'll send it up to Garofalo. Garofalo sends it back over to Reiniger, and Reiniger over to Compton. Compton trying to direct some traffic out there, finds Juan Carlos Doria at midfield. Doria will give it up to Borm. Borm heads across the midfield stripe. He'll send one past the defense and everybody else, and a one bouncer right to Lucas Shepard will stop that offensive push by the K-Hawks. Shepard sends it back out to midfield off of the head of Borm and onto the leg of Starko. Starko barely got enough on it to get it up and keep it going in the right direction, but there is Quincy to intercept. And that ball ends up going out of bounds in front of the Blue Devils bench. Collinsville with a throw-in. TJ Carter tosses it up the line, trying to find Doria. He does so. Doria puts on a nice little move and then gets shoved from behind, stays on his feet, comes around over on the right wing, and then stumbles a little bit as he entered the box. And Reiniger, he was going to go after the ball, but Quincy got there first. And Reiniger did a nice job of getting out of the way. You don't want to get kicked in the shin after you're coming back from a hamstring injury. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson gets past a couple of defenders, comes in, right side, trying to pass it to Mahat, coming in the middle instead of shot, and that one just hit the outside of the net. And Peterson was just a little bit off on that shot on goal.
Surprisingly, the ball went right back to him as he tried to send some sort of initial shot in towards the goal, and then there wasn't much on that shot either as we're halfway through this second half.
We are. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. Why does my clock say 18? Got to add another minute there. There we go. I don't even know what happened there. Sorry for all you folks at home thinking that we were already past that 20-minute mark. Now they're like, oh, man. Here's Mahat. Sends it over to Peterson. Peterson trying to make a move in front. And he skirts parallel with the 18-yard box out there, and unable to hold that ball in was TJ Carter. So Quincy will have a throw in from in front of the Kahawks bench. And the throw in comes out to midfield, and Collinsville comes away with it. Trace Routh was there trying to wrestle that ball away, but he was double teamed. Quincy gets a hold of it. They send it down, but Joey Morales sends it back up with a head. And Reiniger, he was getting pressure from behind, got rid of that ball just in time to Trey Peterson. Peterson sends it back over to Reiniger. Adam bluffs the shot, has 3 defenders around him to work with, and tries to send the ball on over to Juan Carlos Doria. That was rejected, but Collinsville stayed with it anyway. Here is Peterson. Peterson makes a move, splits the defense, and tries to take a shot, but that ends up banking off of one of the, I thought it was off a Quincy player. Guess it wasn't. So it'll be another goal kick restart coming up here for Lucas Shepard. Shepard ready to go. And out to midfield we go, and Reiniger along with Evan Song, both of them had that ball bank off of their heads, kind of like a pinball machine. Collinsville, they come away with it. Here is Dane Compton. Compton sends it into the middle for Reiniger. Reiniger over here on this near sideline. He's got Trey Peterson. Peterson comes in from the left side of the box, looking for a little help as he comes out of the box now and skirts across the middle, gives it back up for Reiniger. Reiniger, he'll find Joey Morales over here. Morales already has a goal, or Morales will send a cross into the box, and Quincy will send it out. Collinsville will have another throw in.
Collinsville finding a hard time getting the pressure inside the box. They send Morales in, that extra man, for more pressure there, but Quincy still keeps the ball out, and we'll have this throw in.
Garofalo comes in off of the bench, and Peterson will go have a break. And Garofalo will take charge of the throw in here. High and right in front, and it's sent right back out to the direction it came from. But for Collinsville, Adrian Summers for Quincy takes over, and it's pushed back up for Garofalo once again. Garofalo over here on this near side, sends it out into the middle for Borm. Borm looking, sends it up for Mahat. Mahat trying to get around 3 defenders, does so with a pass to Reiniger, to Garofalo. Garofalo with a shot. That ball had a little bend on it, but it bent right to Lucas Shepard. That ball curved right into Lucas Shepard's hands. I think if that ball wouldn't have had any curve on it, man, that might have been destined for that near side post. Hawks with another opportunity here. Now out shooting Quincy 10-2 in this contest. Here is Morales. Morales sends the ball up for Compton. Compton chipping in from the defense. He'll send a pass into the front. That's rejected by Quincy. And the Blue Devils will send it back out to midfield. Borm is there waiting for it. Comes down for Braden. He'll send it over to Carter. Back to Borm. And Borm pokes the ball up and trying to find Munoz up there, but it never did make it that far. Now Quincy will come away with it, and they'll send it down into their offensive zone, but everybody will just let it all roll on out to Braden Henson. Henson will send it over to Ty Starko, the sophomore defender. Starko works up the sideline, and off of the head of Doria, comes down, but Quincy was the ones who got there first. Out to the midfield logo here at Edwardsville at the District 7 Sports Complex. Over to Garofalo. Garofalo here on this near side. Cuts it across the middle, banked off of a body, and Landon Mahat never did see it. Turned around in time to see Quincy come away with the ball, and now it's Trace Routh. Routh gets knocked off the ball by Borm, and it finds Compton. 15 minutes left to play here in this second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. A little backward kick to Garofalo. Garofalo comes in from the left side and tries to send a pass into the middle, but that is knocked away by Quincy, and Collinsville will have their fourth corner kick of this contest coming up here in just a second down here on this near side.
Player exchanges going on here.
Landon Mahat ready to take this corner kick.
Kahok still looking for this third goal that would
really feel a lot better, wouldn't
it?
it?
Yeah, you would really feel a lot better and would swing this game much more to a certainty.
Instead of a pass, it's a kick, but it comes back to Mahat. Now Mahat will send it into the middle of the box. It comes down off of a body and in. Collinsville, you asked for it, and you get that third goal.
The kick came in, and then it just eluded Compton just barely, and then it went off a Quincy player and right back to Compton, and he kicked it in just barely between the defender that was to the goalie's left and the post, and asking you to receive the third goal of the game for the Cahoks, and 14 minutes to go. You got to start feeling good.
Dane Compton scores his first goal of the year. He had one assist earlier this year, so he gets the tally mark in the right column this time, and Collinsville does indeed get out to that 3-0 lead.
Defender Starko scored in the last game, and today Compton gets a goal.
I like it when the defensemen score. I'm sure they do too. They don't get the opportunity too often. Here's one that kind of gets past everyone wearing the white clothing, and Collinsville stays with it. A couple of nice moves by Doria. He'll send it up, and Chris Munoz was trying to get there with his head, but right when he was ready to bounce that ball off of his head, he got intercepted.
And the ball comes back to him here, and they get him on that dangerous high kick, and we'll have this indirect kick here for Quincy back here at the 36 or so of the football markings.
3-0 in favor of Collinsville. 13.5 minutes left to play here in this second half. Free kick coming up here for the Quincy Blue Devils. It's going to be from about, 70 yards or so away. And that's not going to make it very far, as that ball found Landon Mahat first. And here is Doria putting on a couple of nice moves. He gets it past. Garofalo's got a chance. Garofalo puts on a move. Couldn't get the shot on, though, and that ball wouldn't slow down enough for him. Sends it out here to Juan Carlos Doria. Doria sends it over here for Morales. Morales already has a goal in this game. Over to Doria. Doria sends it back out to midfield. Here is Ty Starko. Starko sends the ball up, but no one was there, so that ball will just keep on rolling, and out of bounds it goes. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Quincy. Throw in right in front of the Kahok bench. Bounces all the way in between the benches and then gets sent into the arms of the coaching staff over there for Collinsville. They're all bundled up. They're looking a little chilly. All except, of course, for Jeff Hayes, who has on a coat and he's wearing shorts.
It was like me at the football game on Friday. I had shorts, but I had hoodie on, I believe.
Yeah, after a while, it got a little chilly. Wasn't too bad up there. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Mahat trying to spring Garofalo. And now Doria, he's with it. He circles around for a little while and then gets it up to Garofalo. Sammy will chase it down before it comes over here to this near side sideline. And looking for something to do with it. He'll send it back out for Mahat. Mahat will use Morales. Morales will send it back to the defense and Compton. Compton, who just scored the third goal. Very important goal there by the Kahawks. Into the front of the box, that one goes. Sent right back out by Quincy. And out to midfield it goes. And Borm with it. Borm to Peterson. Peterson had it bank off of his foot. Quincy trying to close in on it. They do. They get there first, do the Blue Devils. Here is Son. Son lost control of that ball all the way in front of the Quincy bench, but off a Collinsville player. Throw in comes in. Starko got there first. And right in front of the box, Collinsville sends it out of harm's way. And back out to midfield. And out of bounds. That ball out of bounds once again. This time it will belong to the Kahawks. TJ Carter will handle the throw-in responsibilities right in front of Quincy's bench as we have Jake McIntyre checking into the game now for Collinsville.
Well, it's kind of comfortable 3-goal lead. See how Coach Lee starts using his bench here, and they've been keeping those guys warmed up here. And
well, they're still warming up over there, running back and forth.
Trying to get some of these guys out of here. Don't want to get anybody injured.
McIntyre, a sophomore midfielder for the Kahawks. And Collinsville with the ball. Here is Compton. Compton sends it downfield, and that's going to go off of Nolan Dede and out of bounds. So another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, right below our location. And Garofalo throws it in. Takes a couple of bounces to Dane Compton. Compton will send it over to Starko. Starko up to midfield. Peterson. Peterson with it back in the defensive zone and trying to find Mikey Suarez, who's out there also. Now it's up to Munoz. Munoz does a nice job circling. Gives it up to Suarez. Suarez over here for Garofalo. Garofalo on the near side. Looking to get around a defender. He does so. Puts a shot toward the goal, but that goes well wide. Hit it off the inside of his foot instead of the toe. And that's why it didn't go anywhere toward the goal. Across the end line, another goal kick restart coming up here for Lucas Shepard. We're down to single digits as far as minutes are concerned as we approach 9 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville in control, 3-0.
Look to just get these last 9 minutes through, get out here healthy, and get ready for Saturday.
Yes, yes. Quincy comes up with it. Collinsville, they hold the line right at midfield. They had 3 players standing right on that 50-yard line of the football field, and they were like daring Quincy to get it past them, and they couldn't. There is Morales to midfield right at the logo for Peterson. Peterson sends it over to the far side for TJ Carter. Carter, a little tap back to Munoz. Munoz will send one into the box, but that one denied by Quincy, and it comes down for the Kahawks. Here is Mahat. Mahat does a couple of nice circle moves and takes time off the clock, gives it up to Compton. Compton right in front of the box, comes loose. Morales gets there first, sends it to Peterson. Peterson got a couple of defenders to get around, trying to push his way around Bruick Rosen, and couldn't get any farther than that. Comes out to Carter. Carter sends it back to the defense. Starko will send it from the far side to the near side for Dane Compton. 7:45 left to play here in the second half. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Suarez. Suarez sends it back out to Peterson. Peterson pokes it back up and trying to get Garofalo, who is over there pretty much by himself just outside the left side of the box. Never made it to him, though. Now Garofalo trying to send it up because Suarez is over there in that same spot now. Out to midfield it goes, and Starko, he's with it. Almost overran the ball. Comes back over here for Compton. Compton into the middle of the field. Munoz to Suarez to Morales. Morales. A little dance going on there between him and Summers, and Summers is the one who comes away with the ball. And now that ball is going to go out of bounds off a Quincy player, so a throw-in coming up here for Garofalo. As Collinsville will make another substitution. Trey Peterson will go to the bench, probably won't see him for the rest of the night, and in steps Enrique Carranza. Could never mistake Enrique when he comes on from the side. He's a big kid.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the biggest ones out there. Big-bodied kid.
Tall, thick.
Tall, yeah. He's unmistakable.
Yeah. Looks like he should be playing football. Here is Morales on the sideline. Gets it up to Suarez. Suarez to Garofalo. Garofalo has a couple of defenders in front of him. Sends it back over to Morales. Now Garofalo gets punched off the ball, and Stupowski is going to get called. Or is he?
Oh, yeah, he is. He just
So Collinsville is going to have a free kick from just outside the box here. This one's only 5 yards away from the goal, but it's so far off to the left that a shot on goal is going to be virtually impossible. So instead, a pass to Garofalo. Garofalo sends it out front and now to McIntyre. McIntyre over to Carranza. Carranza sends it over to Compton. Collinsville really in no hurry to try to score a goal. And that one's punched away by Shepard. That's going to go across the sideline. Collinsville will have a throw in.
Collinsville would have been bringing the kind of pressure they've been bringing all night. In that situation, Shepard punching it out may have been pretty ill-fated there, as they might have been able to get a good shot here with the goalie taken out as a couple more subs come in.
Substitutions. Checking into the game now is Giovanni Mann, as well as Juan Gutierrez. So not a lot of the starters left out there for Collinsville, as we are under 5 minutes to go, and now we have a whistle over on the far side. Collinsville is going to get another free kick from just outside the box. This one's going to take place over on the far side of the field. See how they want to play this.
Everybody's falling back in towards the box. Even got Compton pinching up here.
That one is right to the side and then off of the head of Garofalo and just wide of that near side post.
They need to stop the clock here because Collinsville is subbing. Referee still trying to get the attention as it stops at 4:12.
Under 5 minutes. Substitutions stop the clock. When did they start that? 2 years ago?
Handful of years ago. The team leading substitutes under 5, they stopped the clock.
Yeah. That way we are not wasting time, as they would probably say. Here is Collinsville right in front of the box again. Nothing doing, couldn't generate a shot on goal.
Yeah, it used to be part of the game. Teams would sub a player late in the game just to take up any extra time, and now you rarely see any subs coming in late like that.
Makes sense to me.
Unless you really want to get somebody in here just to clear the bench late in the game.
Here is Carranza. He'll send the ball over to Compton. Compton and Starko on defense still. One of the only remaining starters out there. Kahawks come away with it, and they will circle with it at midfield. That is Giovanni Mann. Mann gets the ball up to Gutierrez. Gutierrez sends the ball over to McIntyre. McIntyre to Joey Morales. Morales got knocked off the ball by Stupowski, and he will come across the center line, and he didn't lead his guy. He put the ball behind Wes Lindgren, and Lindgren had to do the splits there on the turf. 3 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville leading 3-0. Looking for a date and a rematch with Edwardsville, who knocked Collinsville out of the regional championship game last year after the Kahawks downed Quincy in the regional semifinal. Remember, Adam Reiniger got hurt in that Quincy game, and he did not get to play in the regional championship game against Edwardsville, and that kind of hurt the Kahawks' chances. They lost that regional championship game 2-0. Throw in for the Kahawks right in between the benches as 4 more players for Quincy await to come into the game. And over on the far side, trying to pick the ball up was Mikey Suarez, and that ball ends up going out of bounds as we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this second half. Loose ball. Who wants it? Oh, 2 players for the same team almost ran into each other as Dolan Dede came up with the ball and sent it down range, but Collinsville's defense is back, and here is Dane Compton. Compton, he'll send the ball up to Carranza. Carranza will move the ball up even farther to Mikey Ortiz. Ortiz into the game now. Kahawks, Carranza finds Mann. Back to Carranza. And another loose ball, and that one's picked up by McIntyre. McIntyre finds Gutierrez at Quincy. They intercept and bring it up the other direction. 80 seconds left to play in this one. Collinsville leading 3-0. And they'll punch their ticket for a 3 o'clock start here against Edwardsville Saturday afternoon, as the Kahawks still controlling the ball in the offensive zone. Shot that never materialized off of the foot of Suarez, and that was ricocheted off of the shins of one of the Quincy players and comes back out. Now Quincy trying to regroup and get themselves in attack, see if they can get a goal before this one's over with. But Collinsville, they're going to do everything in their power to prevent that. Here is Compton. Compton moves the ball up for McIntyre. McIntyre at the midfield logo to Carranza. 40 seconds left to play. Carranza, he'll send the ball over to the sideline, intercepted over there by Quincy, but that was just for a split second. Now back to Carranza, and Carranza will send it back to Starko. Starko and Compton, and of course, Braden Hinson, the only starter still out there. Boy, that was almost dangerous there by Hinson. Almost a giveaway, right in the middle of the box. But Compton comes away with it. Quincy trying to move the ball forward. And now a whistle will stop the action. It'll be a free kick coming up here for Quincy, but they probably won't have enough time to get this kick off. And we are down to the final couple of seconds, and the horn's going to sound, and that is going to do it. Collinsville wins this game here tonight by a final score of 3-0. Kahawks get 2 goals in the first half, 1 goal in the second half, and they win it here tonight by a final of 3-0. And that'll bring us in to our post-game show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in good old Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We'll see if we get a visit from Sydney. She's on her way up.
Yep, looks like she's running across the field here.
Sydney Carroll coming up. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium, used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you.
Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Ragg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Ragg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight. Regional semifinal number 2, 3-0, right after the Tigers beat Alton by that same score. So Collinsville will take on Edwardsville 3 p.m. here Saturday afternoon. Sydney Carroll joins us on the other microphone, one of the assistant coaches. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So tell me your thoughts on the game.
They're pretty good. The boys did what we asked. Our game plan beforehand was just move the ball. We're most dangerous when we move the ball. We pass for each other. We play to each other. And we play for each other. That's where we're most successful, and I think the boys did a really good job of that tonight.
Adam Reiniger gets the first goal of the game. What a shocker. I mean, it's just being Adam Reiniger. What'd you see? What was that goal like?
It's a good finish. A lot of times for us this season, we've struggled when their ball's just bouncing around in the box to put it in the back of the net. So we did that tonight. Adam gets good contact on it, puts it past the keeper. So good for the rest of the boys who are fighting in the box to help win it and to get a goal out of it.
The highlight goal of the night, though, belonged to Joey Morales, man. That was a rocket shot.
Yeah. Well, Joey likes to score goals. Joey doesn't always get the chance to, so we're happy that when he does get the opportunity, he's been finding the back of the net a little bit more for us. But yeah, outside the foot with his left foot side netting. Great shot by Joey.
Yeah, that was a rocket shot for sure. And for the second game in a row, a defenseman gets a score as Dane Compton gets his first of the year.
Right. Dane's been begging for a goal this season. We let him run a little bit out of the back. A couple times we've moved him out wide, let him go run at people, and so we're happy that he was able to find the back of the net because he's struggled a little bit to do so. So when he's had the opportunities.
You guys outshot them 10-2, so Braden Henson didn't get that much work. So, he still did a good job on the 2 shots that he did get to see.
We talk about that moving forward in postseason. Like we said, in order to make a long run in postseason, you can't allow goals to happen. Can't allow shots to happen. So the boy, that is the key. If we don't let teams score, we win games. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Also very simple is you're taking on Edwardsville here Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m.
Yes,
you
sir.
guys are no strangers against each other, so we're expecting a Collinsville-Edwardsville game, right?
It'll be a typical Collinsville-Edwardsville game. We split the series in the season, so it's winner take all at this point, and for real, it's winner take all because the person wins regional. So it'll be a physical game. It'll be a fast-paced game. I think we play our game. We spread them out. It'll be a good day for us. So
thank you very much for the visit. Enjoy
Thank
the
you,
victory.
sir.
We'll see you Saturday.
Sounds good.
All right, that is Sydney Carroll. One more break coming your way. Chris Kettler and I will be back to close this thing out in just a moment here on the Chiropractic Works postgame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook.
Once again, welcome back here to Edwardsville. How you doing? We cut the commercials short. We're going to have to get out of here because they turned off all of the lights except for the lights that we have here in the press box. I'm Todd Duke. That's Chris Kettler. We're usually not in front of the camera like this, but we figured it's better than showing you a pitch black shot of the field out there because you can't see anything. I know I can't. All right, Chris Kettler, we got the win here tonight. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, so much for me and my bad thoughts. The Cahoks played their game. They did real well here today. Played their game, got passed the ball real well, sent in a lot of pressure then on Quincy and finished when they needed to, got the goals. So sets up a big game Saturday.
And defensively for Collinsville, they really clamped down in the second half, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Quincy had some early opportunities there and just had some held them off the shots there throughout the game there. A shot or two only there by Quincy and then kind of some goofy there near the end, but it didn't cost the Cahoks. Got the clean sheet.
See you Saturday.
Yeah, let's Saturday. We'll have you got a few more things going on before then.
Yeah,
We got
I
big
do.
football games.
Yeah.
Should be a fun week here with all these events going on here at the end of the week.
All right,
let's do it.
That's Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke. That's going to do it for us. A big thank you to the two coaches joining us on the pre and post-game show. Rob Luggie on the pre and Sydney Carroll on the post-game show. My name is Todd Duke. See you all on Thursday from Belleville East High School. Got some volleyball coming up for you. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.